Alive and Well is brought to you by Pine Rest Christian Mental Health Services.
This segment is sponsored by Pine Rest. Substance use disorders have been on the increase for women. However, women face some unique risk factors, causes, symptoms, and concerns when it comes to substance use, and they need tailored addiction treatment. Therapist Kendall Green from Pine Rest is here to help us get a better understanding of these differences and what we can do to support women. And it's good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about how addiction impacts women differently. I know men typically have higher rates of substance use, right? Disorder.
Yes. Yeah, men typically across the board are going to have higher rates of substance use disorders, but up to 1/3 of people who have a substance disorder are women. So it's really not just a men's disease.
So there are apparently biological factors that contribute to this issue for women.
Yeah, so there are biological factors that make it so that women oftentimes are becoming addicted and dependent on substances a lot more quickly than men. That's something that we find.
It happens to them more quickly than they get affected by the substance.
Yeah, so women actually, the way that they metabolize alcohol, they're becoming addicted a lot more quickly. So they're also experiencing some of the harms of substance use a lot more quickly.
Got it. Oh, you say that many women with substance use disorders also have other mental health conditions, and they use these substances to sort of self-treat, right?
Yeah, so women who have substance use disorders report higher rates of depression, anxiety, PTSD, and eating disorders than men.
Interesting. And women also may have relationships and family issues. They often run the household. They have all those responsibilities that impact.
Yeah, so women, I think, a lot of times feel like they are sort of in charge of everything and managing all of these relationships. So those sometimes can really be big factors for substance use, right? They don't want to feel like they're an imperfect mom or feeling like they have to give up on their childcare in order to receive treatment. Those can be big barriers.
So talk about what Pine Rest does do to help women and be supportive in their care and treatment.
Yeah, so I think Pine Rest does a really good job of being supportive to women kind of across the board in substance use treatment. So all the way up from having medical providers that are women, seeing them, having clinicians and nurses and at every step of the way in substance use treatment. We also have group therapy that is tailored to women, so Seeking Safety, which is something that addresses both substance use disorders and trauma, is really helpful for women. And then also I run the Women's Early Recovery Group at Pine Rest, which is a group that's specifically for women.
And tell me about that group.
Yeah, so that group is, it's for women in early recovery. So any woman who's decided that they really need to make a change with either their alcohol or drug use. And we're addressing things not only like traditional substance use treatment, so triggers and cravings and those sorts of things, but also, providing support to women so that they can understand how to set healthy boundaries, have more assertive communication.
All right. It's tough work. It's tough work on your end and, of course, on the end of the women seeking help.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Pine Rest is there, and you can learn more about Pine Rest addiction programs at pinerest.org/addiction. It's good to have you here. Thanks so much.
Thank you.